This week, an alternative to an SUV. Yeah, I know, I don't believe it either. But what if you want to go a little bit off-road, not a lot, and you don't want an SUV? What about an Audi A4 Allroad? The thing I like about Audi is the looks are restrained. It's not over-designed like some of the other brands that we could name. They know who they are. This is smooth and beautiful. And even though this particular car has been around for a good couple of years, I still think it looks sensational. And the good thing about it not being an SUV is it drives like a proper passenger car, even though passenger car numbers are down sales-wise. There are things I like design-wise too. The pillar has a gutter inside it, so when you wash your windows, the water won't go around the side and down into the window. The roof racks are absolutely beautiful. There's just a little bit of design here just because they can. And I think this station wagon styling is nice. It's a little bit higher than the regular A4 wagon. And of course, it's a quattro. But one of the things I like most about this car are the wheels. I think they are works of art. They're deeply dished and they glint in the sun. And at the front, the headlights just look sensational. All of these little bits down here are daytime running lights. And of course, they're LED with automatic high beam. The tail lights have that similar look to the lights at the front with the lights coming on. Some of it goes up with the tailgate. Now, had I had the key in my pocket, that would have gone up with a kick under the rear bumper, but I don't, so it didn't. And the seats go down in a 40-20-40 split, so that if you've got some skis, you can put those in between the back seats. That's dead posh. There's plenty of room in the back seats. There's a power outlet and a third zone for climate control, some map pockets, and quite a respectable amount of legroom. The view from back here is not too bad. You don't feel hemmed in like you do in some cars. And for a bit of privacy or sunshade, there's a blind. Inside, the front is just delicious. The front seats have a nifty feature. You can extend the cushion out to give your legs some more support. The upholstery is quite nice, though the leather's fairly hard. And there's a nice wide LCD touchscreen. There's the usual Audi air conditioning system controls, and remember this is a tri-zone system, but it's got a sync button which I like. As you start the engine, the car comes to life, and this is where it looks even better. The dash is fully digital with multi-views, the steering wheel is set out Audi style, cruise control is down here, and that's active cruise control, and this aluminium has a beautiful turn finish. Below the air conditioning controls is the drive select, stop start off, traction control off, automated parking, parking sensors, downhill descent control, and this button dims the display. The radio controls are in a rather odd spot down here. On the left side, I suspect maybe that's for an international car, perhaps a left-hand drive. We've got auto brake hold and an electric brake. There's a stop-start button here and a plethora of inlets. And although this car has Apple CarPlay, unlike the Q3, you've got to put a wire in. One final touch is the vents that go right across the car. I think that looks smashing. This is Audi's excellent rear view camera. Note it is 360. So as I reverse, I can see exactly what those back wheels are doing. I can see that that little bar behind is just behind me, and it beeps for good measure. Now I get it. I get that this is not exactly everyone's cup of tea, that you might want something a little bit more thrilling than something that is a mum's taxi, albeit a posh one. But this is beautiful to drive. The drive modes mean that you've got options, that you can drive smooth and silky, or you can opt for a little bit more power. One thing I like about Audi is that it is unbelievably smooth and unbelievably quiet. I like the fact that the styling is understated and elegant. But most of all, I like the fact that it's part of the Volkswagen Group, and that means that there's a car for every budget, every pocket, every price and every need. Now I'm going over a particularly nasty bit of road at the moment. Oh, now it's smooth. But I had it in automatic drive mode, so it would select whichever mode it thought was best for me to handle slightly rougher conditions, smoother conditions, sportier conditions, whatever. Or I can choose a particular mode myself. This has got the same setup from that A5 convertible that we had a few weeks ago. Same 183 odd kilowatt engine. Same quattro system, same transmission, the 7-speed S-tronic. But I'm disappointed that in a car costing $72,000, there's 5.5 grand's worth of options on this car, including the silver paint and all of this safety gear. So it does have active steering, so the steering will guide you gently in the lines. It's got AEB that sees around corners. And it's got active cruise control. But I was horrified to see that that wasn't standard. So with the extras, this car is over $78,000 and some change. Now I know that's a lot of enchiladas, but you get a lot of car for your money. It is beautiful, it's a stunning cruiser. We took it out to our usual haunt the other day, and in fact, we were among the very first in the brand new North Connects tunnel. We were the third car. It's beautiful on the highway. It's nippy around town. Unlike some automatic transmissions, this one very rarely gets caught in the wrong gear. And now we're at 80 kilometers an hour, and it's as smooth as silk and still as quiet as it was. Trucks notwithstanding. Do I think that Audi A4 Allroad is a good buy? Well, it's a good buy if you don't want an SUV. This handles more like a car, although Audi SUVs use a car platform. A normal old passenger vehicle platform to be precise. But it's the elegance that I like. I know that station wagons in Australia are not really what you would call in fashion. Not like in the UK, where people have station wagons all the time. They think station wagons are brilliant, and they are. But for those of you that think that A4 Allroad is the answer to a question literally no one was asking, I'd say you're wrong. I'd say think again. What you get is a beautiful, elegant car that rides superbly and has almost as much space as an SUV. Okay, the roof is slightly lower, but I've still got, with my seat set high, a good 10 centimeters of room. There's tons of room in the back. And those black sacrifice pieces on the side, apart from being a hint to off-roading aspirations, which you're probably not going to do, but you could if you wanted to, they give the Allroad a certain elegance and a certain stance. And there's a range of colours too, just in case you don't like silver. This has all of the charm and elegance of the A5 convertible and coupe, but it's a little bit cheaper. It's got more space. It's more practical than an SUV because it's smaller. And for those that don't want to have to climb up into a car, this is a more elegant entry and exit. The steering is light, but that changes with modes. The engine is relatively economical. I mean, it's sitting at 19.3 now because this stupid thing zeroes itself every time you start, and I've only been going around town and a little bit on the freeway. But that will get down to 7.4 litres per 100 kilometres. And this is no slug either. It gets to 100 in 6.1 seconds. That used to be hot hatch territory. I think A4 Allroad is awesome. That's all this week for Audi A4 Allroad. As always, if you've liked the video, don't forget to hit like, leave a comment, and just there to subscribe.